Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 02.16.2026. Current time is 05:58 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York. That'd be the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside. We're getting up this morning on this Monday morning for February 16th, 2026. Like I said, current time 05:58, change it to 05:59 like right now. So we're up and running here for the Monday morning coffee for that date I just said at Rumble video broadcast. I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, at Fireman Rich over on X, my mainstay for posting on the social media feed. That's the main place where I post everything. I do post on other platforms. Just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where I'm at, or else just check out the links in the show notes there on whatever platform you're on. We're on multiple platforms, such as Spotify. We repurpose this on Spotify, so hello to the folks over on Spotify. Just check out the links. We're getting our day started here with a hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD. And it's Monday start. Good morning. The missus is up. She says good morning to everyone. She's just waved her hand. She's getting her coffee, which incidentally, we do have the coffee. We do have the morning coffee. It wouldn't be a morning podcast if we didn't have the morning coffee. And it's tasting pretty good. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I did. We're starting a new week, working towards the weekend once again. We said, good. Oh, let's see. I didn't want that. I was saying good morning to Tina. Our Jersey girl is here. Good morning, Tina. Glad to see you here. Hope you had a good weekend. And we have from Bradford, or Tina's from Central New Jersey, and we have the Deplorables. Deplorable is from Bradford, Pennsylvania. Good morning, sir. Love the flags. Love the flags. Salute the flag, and hope you had a great weekend out there in northwest Pennsylvania. There, right across the border, a little west of Olean. And Tina saying good morning from Twitch to Rumble. Good morning to Deplorable. And we have three people on Rumble right now, one person on Locals, one person on YouTube, and one person on Twitch as far as that goes. And Deplorable is saying good morning to Tony, Tina, the missus, and everyone else. Yep, Tony's not here yet. If he's here, I did see him over the weekend. I think he did broadcast though. I think he had a music broadcast I saw up in my feed. Coffee's tasting good. I'm going to be zipping right through that this morning. But we had a good weekend. Started out. What did we do? We broadcast Friday, I guess. Friday was it? Let me check my notes here. I got my notes. I don't want to mess up my. Let's see. What was Friday? The 13th? Yeah, Friday the 13th. Yeah, we did. I thought we broadcast on. No, that was the 12th. That was Thursday. Friday was just we just did the regular broadcast. So I wanted to broadcast that day and Saturday. I felt like it, but I didn't broadcast gaming until yesterday. So we got two gaming broadcasts in for the month so far. I'm planning on trying to get 5 in as far as that. And Tina says, of course, the missus. Yes, of course, the missus there. And the missus says, good morning to you, Tina. And so we did some gaming yesterday, and I'm looking over it. I said I want to get at least five gaming um, broadcasts in per month. I think that's a good number as far as that goes. Try to hit that target. I think that's a doable target. If I broadcast those other 2 days, I would have 4 already. So it's possible. Just finding the time and stuff like that. And then what would we do Saturday? Saturday I took off. I didn't do anything. And then yesterday, like I said, broadcast in the morning. As far as that goes, Lord of the Rings online gameplay, And thank you, Deplorable. Oh, Deplorable. Thank you very much. I see that. Just subscribed.
Deplorable's just subscribed with Prime. Let's start the day right.
Very good, sir. Very good. I see that. That is that rock and rolls there, my friend. Thank you very much. 6 months. I appreciate that greatly on your prime there. Thank you very much. You're just it means a lot. Deplorable. Thank you. You are you are very good, sir. Thank you very much. And it is appreciated. It is noticeable too. So I don't ask for it, but if you guys want to pull that, hit that button and stuff, that's up to you. So it is appreciated, and I'm really very thankful for your viewership as well as far as that goes. So thank you, sir. That's a big wake up. It's like, what's that? Oh, that's that noise. Okay, I don't hear that often, but I do appreciate when I do hear it. Thank you very much. 6 months, currently on a 4 month streak. Okay. Okay. Um, it just woke me up a little bit more. Thank you, sir. Salute you. Appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate it. And I guess with that, along with the change that I get as far as here on Twitch, as well as Rumble. Rumble's not as much, but I am affiliated on Rumble. I try and put back into the broadcast and stuff like that. It's just and then the missus, it really she isn't. Oh, I don't know. It just, you guys contribute to the broadcast and stuff like that, so I appreciate that. It just it goes back into the broadcast on various things as far as we can do some stuff and stuff like that, and um, but we have fun here, which that's the mainstay, and that's fun seeing that. That is very fun. Thank you again, Deplorable. The weekend. Let's see. Yesterday we had that, but we also had the big race. Did you everybody see the big race yesterday? As far as that goes, let me see if I bookmarked something this morning. Yeah, let's bring this up. The big race. I watched the whole thing. Hamlin, he got knocked out at the last. They had something like 2 laps to go or something like that. 3 laps, 2 laps, and they had an accident. And well, they always have accidents at the Daytona 500 is what I'm talking about. And let me bring this up. Let's bring up my X feed here. And let's see, where's the X? There's the X. Let's share that. And let's see, can I bring that up bigger? Yeah. This is from Fox. It was broadcast on Fox. I watched the whole thing. It was really good race as far as that goes. There was about five. Kurt Russell was the driver of the pace car, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm a big time Kurt Russell fan. I like him. he's he's good. But Tyler Reddick wins, and he wouldn't have won if they didn't have that big crash because, well, he was coming in fast on the end. As far as that goes, let me see if I bring this up here. Oh, we got to do it that way. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's how I can do it. But here's the race. The last lap, as far as that goes, is probably the most exciting. And it always comes down to the last lap, as far as that goes. And let's see. Let's bring this up here. There's the racetrack. There we are. We're at Daytona and stuff like that. And you can see you got McDowell, Havlicek, Byron, Reddick is number 4th. And Elliott got up there, number 9. He got up to where I thought he was going to win with the Chevy. And but Reddick came back in with the Toyota. And let's go ahead and check this out. So yeah, number 16. There's 2 more. 16 was Barry. I don't know who that, and Bland. So of those top 14 and 15 was Herbst. I know. Let's see. Out in top 14, I know. I've heard of Reddick. I've owned a Stenhouse. Kowalski. I've heard of him. Elliott. Like I said, Elliott looked like, and Wallace, Bubba Wallace, he was right in there. He was right in the mix and stuff like that. But this is the last 2 laps. Let's go ahead and give this a watch.
1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
This is the one you want to lead. If the caution comes out, it's over.
Hocevar in the wall, turned around in front of the field. Around goes Jones. Ricky Stenhouse to the front. Elliott around the outside.
Still green.
Reddick on the bottom. Reddick, Elliott.
There's Elliott. I thought he was going to win.
Chase Elliott. Can it be?
Yes, Chase Elliott.
Stuck in the middle with no help.
Zane Smith with him. On the bottom is Tyler Reddick. They come up single file. Zane Smith's going to have one shot at Chase Elliott, NASCAR champion, most popular driver, trying for the win, and Reddick to the top side. He's got help. Riley Herbst, his teammate. Reddick drops to the bottom. Alongside Elliott, in the wall goes Herbst.
He got tagged from behind right at the end, just before the finish.
Of sparks behind him.
Just before the finish.
Unreal.
Didn't really hear of him all day long until the last lap.
So there's the winner, Reddick. He very happy man this morning, and as far as that goes, so he ended up winning. So very exciting race, I would have to say. And what's that precinct? Oh, that's different. Okay. But very, very exciting. And it's America's race. It's probably the one race I do watch. When I was a kid, I used to always watch the Indy 500. And I don't watch it as much. I think I watched last year's a little bit. And I might watch this year's because there are some American engines that are going. I like the Reddick ran a Toyota. I know they built here. You know, parts are made overseas that come here and they built. And but I like the Chevys and Fords in the Daytona 500 and stuff. So that was a Toyota that won this year. I think the guy that won it last year was the second time he won it, and he was favored to win. Also and stuff like that. So, but Reddick hasn't won it before, which is a good. I like seeing somebody new. It's always interesting. Good driver, and what is it? I had fun watching it. The missus watched a good portion of it. She was reading her book also, but that's the one race I do watch. I make it a point to watch. That's the biggie one there, as far as, you know, they say, oh, you always should save the big one for the end of the season. No, they start off the season with a bang. So I'll end up watching, if it's on the weekend, a race. I'll have it on the TV in back here and watch a little bit of it and stuff. But that was a good race yesterday. Kurt Russell, he was busy with the pace car there, as far as that goes. And Tina says, I used to watch with my husband. Oh, okay, yeah, it's a fun. It's part of American culture, I think. So I just thought that was good. I had a beer during the broadcast, so I did a little. I felt like I was a little bit of a redneck, you know, having a beer in hand, watching the Daytona 500 and stuff, and so it was fun. And will I watch the Indy 500? I don't know. We'll see. I'll see. You know, like I said, you like that one, Tina? Yeah, I felt like a redneck, you know, watching NASCAR redneck, yeah, with a beer in hand. But they didn't have I had a Miller Lite, and they didn't have. I don't think Miller Lite was sponsoring a car. I did not see that. I was pulling for Hamlin. I like Hamlin. He was all over. He was he was leading a couple laps, and then there was what's interesting about this race is it's not all about the driver. It's about if you're going to win, you got to have a good pit crew, and you got a plan. There is a game plan in this racing game. And it took a while for me to suddenly realize, oh, wait a minute, there's more action going in the pit crew. And I think TV saw that. So a good pit crew and a good support crew helps you greatly. You know, it's not all about the driver as far as that goes. You know, that team contributes as the spotters spotting the other cars and stuff like that. So that was a good race yesterday. And once again, they had a crash right at the end. I'm glad they didn't go to yellow. They had two crashes let's see, when they went into the last lap, it was right after they came out of the second corner. There was a little bit of a crash, but they let them play. Okay, it's sort of like football, let them play. Then they came into the third into the fourth. That coming down the stretch there, that's when that last one happened, and um, it was right there just before the finish. You couldn't get much closer. Tina says in the '80s I had four-wheel drive name a four-wheel drive named Reddick, redneck girl. Oh, you had a four-wheel drive. Okay, as far as yeah, the things we associate with that term and stuff like that. But it's all in jest. It's all in jest and stuff. Nothing wrong with being that and stuff like that. And the deplorable says after the Bubba Wallace hoax, I gave up on. Yeah, Bubba Wallace, he was right in the mix, and he was interviewed. He was. I remember that, and that sort of soured me for NASCAR for a while too. Deplorable, but he had an interview afterward, and he was like, "That's the way racing is," and stuff like that. So I think he simmered down a little bit. He gave a very good after race, and he could have won it. He was right in there. He was right in there. He ran a good race. My hat's off to him, despite that so-called crap that happened years ago. And I know exactly what you're talking about. But I think he's a good race car driver, nonetheless. Just like he's just like, well, there's next year. He won the second stage. The race now they do. It's divided up in 3 stages. I think the first 2 stages are 60 laps. The last stage has 8 more laps or something like that. But he won the second stage, but it was on a yellow. He radioed, "Oh, okay, who cares? It's like it's on a yellow." But they get points for that for the season, which for the national, for the national championship. It's all the points. They run these races, they get so many points, and that all accumulates at the end of the year to who is the champion for NASCAR. It doesn't come down to one race. This is a big race, a very important race, but it doesn't come down to one race. And they have some very good other races at Talladega, I think it is, and some other race. I don't know the racetrack names as far as that goes. I'm not that much into. I'd have to Google it like everybody else. I'm not that much into the NASCAR. So a very good race, if I do say so myself. Oh, that coffee's good. Gonna have to. I might be a 3-cup show here, maybe. Let's see. We also had a good weekend. It was pretty nice. It was a little chilly, but we didn't have any wind, so I have no complaints. And we actually went up a degree. We were at 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we're at 36 degrees Fahrenheit. And I was out just before the broadcast here to feed the outdoor cats that we sort of take care of and stuff. And they were the one that was waiting for food and water there. So we give a little food and water to they keep the mice down. I don't think we've had any mice. I haven't heard any mice in this old house's walls, and I think that's because of them. And they get an occasional bird, which I'm not too happy with, but they're cats. So, but currently it's 36 degrees Fahrenheit here in the southern tier of upstate New York, and that equates to about 2.2 degrees Celsius. And let's see, Deplorable says 35 degrees there out in Bradford, Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's or 33. I'm sorry, 33. I'll get my bifocals set up. So it, I think we pretty. Wouldn't you say it was a nice weekend weather-wise, Deplorable here in our neck of the woods here, because Deplorable's right down the road. Bradford, Pennsylvania is probably about a 2.5 hour drive from where I'm at here in Tioga Center. Or Tioga County, I should say. And let's see. Though I think Deplorable, you're a little bit more rural than me, maybe. Oh, it could be about the same. Tioga County, the whole county is rural as far as that goes. But we're going to have cloudy skies. High of 44 degrees Fahrenheit. Woohoo! 44. Winds light and variable. That's good. That's good. Yeah, no shoveling all weekend. And exactly. I think you had more snow than we did, though, from what you were saying last week. Sun will be rising this morning at 7:01. Is that correct? Yep, 7:01, past 7:01. So let's see, in about 46 minutes. It's currently 6:18, so 46 minutes. No, not 46. 42 minutes. Yeah, 42 minutes. I'm sorry, 42 minutes. Sun will be rising here in the southern tier of upstate New York, and the sun will be setting at 5:40 p.m. And it wasn't until about 6:15 that it really got dark. It started getting dark. So we're getting the longer days, like I said, 5:40. Wow. And we have, according to my calendar, 1, 2, just under 1 day shy of 3 weeks for spring. So we got 3 more weeks. We got 19 more days, works. It seems. Yeah, 19 more days. Let's see. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So that's 21 days. So, no, 20 days. 20 days. I'm sorry. 20 days. 20 days till spring, as far as that goes. And for this week, the 10-day, we're supposed to get some warmer weather, which is good because I got something I have to do. I have to do a project on the back door there. I want some nicer weather to do that with. Let's see, we're going to have, we got 43 today, 48 tomorrow, 41 for Wednesday, 43 for Thursday. Then it dips down to 39. Yeah, it might be. We got, okay, snow shower, rain and snow showers, and then we got some snow, maybe an inch Saturday, but it says 37 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperatures are above, well, let's see, next Monday and Tuesday it dips down into 29. But we're 30 or above average wise, so we're good there as far as that goes. So it looks like we're getting a little bit of rain. Maybe it'll clear out all this, the rest of this snow that we had for the last snowstorm. As far as that goes, our world times and temperatures as I speak, starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 1:20 a.m. Is cloudy skies in Honolulu, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 4:20 a.m. Clear skies for the most part, passing clouds, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicago, Illinois, the same at 5:20 a.m. The Windy City, clear skies with passing clouds, 36 degrees Fahrenheit. In New York City, the concrete jungle, as I call it, at 6:20 a.m. Cloudy skies in New York, 30 degrees Fahrenheit. And Tina says down there in central New Jersey, 37 degrees Fahrenheit for today for the high. That's good. 26 for the low, partly cloudy, or no, partly sunny in New Jersey. And like we said, Deplorable is saying out there in Bradford, Pennsylvania, 33 degrees Fahrenheit there in Bradford, Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, as far as that goes. Thank you guys like that. And again, Deplorable says, yeah, no shoveling all weekend. Yeah, no snow. Yeah, I think we're at the tail end of that. So that last storm was the ending there and stuff like that. So we do have a thought for the day. Our thought for today comes from an old Greek philosopher, and that is Aristotle, a philosopher and scientist who significantly influenced Western thought way back when. And that was way back when in the BC area. And his quote and our thought for the day, I can get oh, and incidentally, I forgot to say that the owner, part owner of that car that won was Michael Jordan. Now, Michael Jordan had 3 or 4. He's associated with 3 or 4 cars that he owns. He's partial owner and stuff like that. And this car right here won. It was something Casino was the sponsor of the vehicle. So Michael Jordan, he gets a big win there and stuff like that. So, okay, our thought and our quote for today from Aristotle goes as follows. Let's see. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act but a habit. Yeah, we should always make excellence. We've had this one before. We are what we repeatedly do. So if excellence, therefore, is not an act but a habit. You want good habits. You want good habits, and being excellent is a good habit as far as that goes. And um, the famous quote, often attributed to Aristotle, means that true excellence is not achieved through a single isolated act or moment of brilliance. Instead, it's the results of consistent daily habits and repeating intentional actions over time that shape one's character. And one's character is very important as far as that goes. A person's character is very important. Tina says yes to that one. Yeah, that's a very good quote. It's a good quote. Can we always be excellent? No, we're going to be making mistakes and stuff like that. So it just what is it? Um, but you achieve, you try, you work towards that, and you try and make it a habit to do the best you can do. And being excellent, that's part of it. And we thank Aristotle. God bless and Godspeed, my friend. We have we have our national days, and here in the we have what national do not do a grouch a favor day. Yeah, if you know somebody that's all grumpy and stuff, and then we have I used to eat a lot of these, but when I broke a cap and I almost crushed another cap that was under repair. National Almond Day. I don't really eat almonds as much. I eat peanuts. And I had pistachios, but I didn't crack the shells in the mouth. The missus asked me, "Are you cracking those in your mouth?" No, I'm opening them. Nothing hard in the teeth. That no more. And almonds, depending on how you chew, you can crack a tooth on an almond, especially if you get one that's an old almond. We're gonna go there's a national holiday today, and they combine Abraham Lincoln's birthday, which was last week on the 12th, and George Washington's birthday is on the 22nd of this month of February. They combine them and they put it right in the middle on a Monday today, the 16th. So it's a national holiday, a federal holiday, I should say. So the post office and I think schools are closed. Are schools closed? Are schools closed today? Okay. Yeah, the missus believes so. So I think they are. It's a federal holiday here in the United States. So it may not be, this might not be your national day overseas, but here in the United States, it's President's Day. And on the third Monday in February, the United States celebrates the federal holiday known as President's Day. The day takes place during the birth month of the country's two most prominent presidents, George Washington, he was a founding father, and Abraham Lincoln. Um, my favorite president, Abraham Lincoln. George Washington, he rates right up there, but Abraham Lincoln, as far as George Washington, founding father, part of creating this great country called the United States of America, and but it almost got ripped apart there during the Civil War, and he held it together. A lot of stuff had to go through this country, brother fighting brother, and the most casualties in any type of war. If you combined what they say, the Spanish American War, the World War I and World War II, and even the Korean War, you can throw in there. Maybe Vietnam. There was more casualties in the Civil War, and which is bad. So, but Abraham Lincoln was the man of the day there, being the president. While the day once only honored President George Washington on his birthday, February 22nd, the day now never lands on a single president's birthday. Across the country, most Americans know the day as President's Day. More and more of the population celebrates the day to honor all the past United States presidents, and that's just being honorable and respectful, who served the country throughout the country, organizing and community celebrate the day with public ceremonies. So there we go. President's Day today, the third Monday of February, here in the United States. So, okay, so there's our national day, and let's see what else we got here. I think we go into man. Yeah, Roger Luther for 100 years ago, right? I'm at a loss. It's like, how come it seems like we're going too quickly? It's because I started. Well, we didn't start that early. We started 5 minutes. I had to go outside and feed the outdoor cats, and they've been fed outside.
You fed them in the middle of the night.
Yeah, no, I didn't feed. I gave them a little snack like we give ours and stuff like that. So.
Okay,
She doesn't like. I enjoy. I get pleasure in. We get one cat that comes in. She had a litter here next door, and uh, she has one surviving kitten. It's a younger cat now, and they're a real. How can I say that? I'm going to use an old term. They're a real hoot to watch. I guess I like watching them and stuff, especially the young guy there, and so. But the one there. I guess was last summer. She was the one that was she was eating birdseed. I think she was eating the suet more or less. I guess they cats do that because I seen the younger one getting around the bird feeder eating the suet during the wintertime here. So, but we just thought the cat it's the neighbor, our next door neighbor, and us. We take care. They go back and forth and stuff like that. But the one thing oh yeah, they are cute. They're cute. They're just we'd love to have them in, but we have 4 cats still. Um, I don't think I really mentioned it now. It's been a while, but was it just before Christmas? We did lose Murdoch. Murdoch, we did lose a cat. Murdoch, he had some complications, so we're down to 4 cats now. That was just before Christmas. That was during, and that was one of the reasons I took a 2 week was because Murdoch. And as far as that goes, and but Murdoch, he was we miss him along with Calvin and our dog Max. So we lost. So we're down to 4 cats, and was it Jack, Lucy, the mother, Bug, that she's the black cat. Her brother Calvin was the other black cat, and then Dora. As far as that goes, yeah, that's okay. I can talk about it now. It hit hard, and I guess that's why I enjoy having the cats outdoors there and stuff like that. They stay around the yard. Yeah, Murdoch from the A Team. Yeah, that's and he acted just like Murdoch. Deplorable. He acted just like Murdoch on the A Team. He was a screwy cat. He would love that. He was like he'd sit on his back and he wanted to have his belly rubbed, and he's like an otter as far as that goes. And but Murdoch was, and there's Double J's. That's the only thing about owning pets; they don't live as long as human. Yeah, but Murdoch, he lived 9 years. He lived 9 years in Double J. So glad to have you here. Coming in. What's that? Oh, was he 11? Who was not? Oh, that was Calvin. Yeah, Calvin was. Yeah, we had Calvin for 9, and we had Murdoch for 11. So 11 years. That's about a stretch. We got to go through that 4 more times. Jack he's going to outlive them all. I think. Knock on wood. He's the oldest cat. We've had him for 14 years, as far as that goes. And Tina saying on Twitch to hi to Double J's there, and Double J saying hi to Tina on the Twitch in the chat. And let's see, my Maine Coon was 18. Oh, okay, your cat, yeah, they can live that long. It just I don't know what to say. But the 2 outdoor cats, the mother and the younger one, I like I said, this winter is probably the first winter I have not noticed any, our cats. Maybe one time Dora alerted on something that was in the wall or something like that, because this house is 100 years old as far as that goes. And let's see, what do we got? Oh, that's for the 15th. Let me check something here. Tomorrow we will be doing an audio podcast over there on Spotify this Tuesday and Thursday, just to make a programming note. That's what I forgot. I talk about the audio podcast. So every other Tuesday, which we're in between right now, because last Tuesday we did the Mixcloud. We'll do Mixcloud next Monday, but we'll do audio podcast tomorrow, And this Thursday over there on Spotify for creators, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, as far as that goes. And no, I didn't want that. What the hell? So we will be doing the audio podcasts, and we repurpose. Like I said, we do repurpose this audio over there on Spotify for creators. That puts it up over there on Spotify at Fireman Rich on Spotify once again. Let's see. Let me see something about. And we'll get to 100 years ago with Roger Luther. Yeah, the house we live in is 100 years old. Over 100 years old now. Let's see. Does this come up when I change that? Let's see. For the history, I couldn't get it there. Is this for the 16th? Oh, we do have it. Okay, I do have it. Okay, that's good to know. Let's go ahead and set up for Roger Luther 100 years ago. And let's shut this off, and let's bring up Roger Luther. He's the Broome County historian, and he's going to let us know what happened 100 years ago as of last Friday, the 13th. These come out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Fox 40. Full disclosure, I have no association with Fox 40, but I do consume their information on their webpage, and it gives you an idea, the viewers of this broadcast, an idea of where I live at as far as that goes. It's a nice area. I like it here. I love it here, actually. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Okay, is that highlighted? I believe so. No, not yet. Okay, let's go ahead and bring that back up then. Okay, there it goes. There it is. So we got to share that. Come back here, highlight it, and there it is. And let's see. Double J says it would be interesting who all lived in that over 100 years and who was the original builders of the house. We know who the original builders of the house. It was as far as that goes, Double J's. We know the history. As far as it was a family, it's known as a particular house that was built, and there's like three other houses that are built in the village and stuff like that. So it is it's a house that the house next door is older. I think that's pushing like 100 125 130. That's one of the original houses for in the village here and stuff like that, because this used to be all farmland back here. Well, I got the big dike, the area of the big field out back here and stuff like that, but the whole rest of the village used to be all farmland before they established the village here and stuff. So okay, let's go ahead and so we have an idea. We never met the gentleman that owned the house when we bought it when we were in Japan. He passed away, so we bought it through the bank, and the previous owner wanted to go to a younger family, because there were some people that wanted to buy it, but I think one particular individuals that were going to buy it. So the story goes, they just couldn't come through with the money or something like that. We bought it from overseas a year before I got out of the Air Force. So yes, on top of an older house having character, Tina, an older house has a lot of personalities. And it's called Fix Them Up. We've done quite a bit, and it's an ongoing thing there and stuff like that. But it does have character. It does have a history, and as far as that goes, it's not dubbed a historical, so I can do whatever the frick I want with it. So it's like, but it is a good solid house. It is a good solid house, and we've done some major work with it, and we still got some work to do and stuff. We've done some work ourselves. Like I've told you here, we've redid the ceiling roof here in the dining room. We did the cabinets out in the kitchen. Didn't do the floor, but we had the floor done by a really good company here in Tioga County. And the electric has been updated as far as that goes. And there's always something that has to be done. So, but if you're a homeowner, that's to be expected. Even if you have a new home, you're going to have things you have to do as far as that goes. And Tina says lots of laughs. Yes, they do. Yes, they do have things they have to do. And Double J says, oh, that's good. At least it's history. And the house, amazing. Yeah, yeah. Some of the houses they have more history. And some of the homes here they're historical. They are gorgeous. But I wouldn't want I mean, you just think, oh wow, that's cool. But these people that own these historical houses, they're regulated on what they can do. They can't just take a window out and slap a new window in. They have certain guidelines and stuff like that. Um, could this house? I don't know if this house could deem as a historical house, but it was built back in the 19. I think the misses on the abstract, because it's a long abstract. The abstract is the history of your house, as far as purchasing it and stuff like that. I think it goes back to like 1911, between 1911 and 1915. So it's more than 100 years old. So okay, it was around when we're talking about 100 years ago. On this date, this house was here. Let's just say that. A little notoriety there. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to 100 years ago, from Roger Luther there, and see what he has to say.
Tonight, we're learning more about the biggest news in Broome County a century ago, a search for two escaped inmates. Broome County historian Roger Luther has the news from this day in 1926 in tonight's 100 Years Ago Today, brought to you by UHS.
100 years ago today, police are searching for two men who escaped from the Broome County Jail farm on Upper Front Street early this morning. Heavyweight boxer Jack Sharkey, who was born and grew up in Binghamton, won the match at Madison Square Garden last night. The First Methodist Episcopal Church of Endicott has purchased a time recording clock from the International Business Machines Corporation. The punch clock will be used to track attendance at Sunday school and record when students arrive late. And finally, firemen responded to an alarm at a Collier Street house this morning, discovered what is believed to be the largest alcohol distillery plant ever found in Binghamton since Prohibition went into effect 6 years ago. Inside the house, which is just 2 blocks from the police station, they found enough equipment to produce 600 to 700 gallons of distilled alcohol each day. And that was the news, February 13th, 1926.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh my word, we got the alcohol going, we got a fire, and we have a whole bunch going on here as far as that goes, folks. And what do we have on the docket here? Well, starting out, 102 men were escaped the Broome County Jail, Upper Front Street. A manhunt was going on, so we got some criminals out and about. And let's see, the boxer Jack Sharkey who was born in Binghamton, won his match in Madison Square Garden. So he was a heavyweight. He was a heavyweight back then. And what did I say? Sharkey's Grill. Let me show you. Let's see if do they have images? Let me show you Sharkey's. Let me bring this. Let's see. What do we got here? Let me bring up a picture of what Sharkey's. Okay, here's Sharkey's as far as that goes. Let's see. This is Sharkey's. Let's okay, I can do that. Let's see. Let me bring this up. Sharkey's it went out of business, but let me bring up Sharkey's here. And Double just says alcohol always the top story. Yeah, back then because it was prohibition. Prohibition was it was illegal, but people wanted it more. They always want the illegal stuff more there. Double J's, but yeah. And Tina says yes, Double J's, and the bad boys. Yeah, the bad boys back in the day. And Double J says to Tina, haha, no bad boys. This news bulletin, that's rare too. Yeah, no bad boys. No, the kids were behaving themselves. No stealing the candy or cigars there. Let me bring up this. Let's see. I got a picture of Sharkey's. We'll bring it up here. Here it is, right here. Okay, there is Sharkey's. It used to be a good restaurant. That's the boxer. He he started this bar 100 years ago. It closed down a few years back, but this is supposed to be one of the birthplace of Speedies as far as that goes. So this is where the what's his name there, Jack Sharkey. He started the bar. He had a lot of money, so he could start this bar. I've never been in this bar. It's in Binghamton. There it is. That's the famous bar from Sharky's. Oh, that's not what I wanted here. Let's see. There's another one here. Let's see. What's the other picture that gives you an indoor? Oh, here's a picture of the indoors. There's the indoors of it right there. That's the indoors Sharky's. Inside of Sharky's bar. No, we don't want that one. So there's Sharky's. He started it back in 1947. So he was boxing. He was getting his boxing career, but that's part of the family there. That gentleman that was a heavyweight from Binghamton, New York, which I did not know. It's just an empty storefront, Tina. That's all it is. It's just an empty storefront. As far as Tina's asking, is there anything there now? No, it closed down, which is a shame because it was part of history. It was a great bar, an older bar as far as that goes. And let's see, what else did we have? We had the First Methodist Episcopal Church at Endicott purchased a time recording clock from IBM, because that International Business Machine Corporation purchased a recording clock. That's what IBM did before. They did recording clocks. The punch clock will be used to track attendance for Sunday school and record. So they were tracking data and stuff. That was one of IBM's, International Business Machine Corporation. That's IBM, folks. It was born here in Endicott, New York, in the Southern Tier, and then finally a fireman responding to a fire discovered what he believed to be a large alcohol distillery. The distillery, somebody wasn't attending the distillery and stuff. So that was the big news back then, 100 years ago, in history for the Southern Tier. So that's pretty intriguing. In other history that happened on this day, get my coffee here. Other history, we had, I can bring it up here. Okay, let's see. Lithuania defied the German Empire and declared its independence, governed by democratic principles, with Vilnius as the capital back in 1918. And Canadians were granting Canadian citizenship after 80 years of being issued British passports back in 1947. So that's when they started, I guess before 1947, you got a passport up there in Canada, you were considered British. But in 1947, that's when they changed that all out. And in 1968, the first 911 emergency phone system was instituted by officials in Haleville, Alabama, 1968. And in 1972, Wilt the Stilt of the Los Angeles Lakers, became the first NBA player to reach 30,000 career points after losing to the Phoenix Suns. So that's pretty intriguing there from a sporting standpoint. And let's see, what else we have here? We got the AP side for the history. Oh, what happened there? My Surface 3 is acting is dragging and running a little bit slow. What's going on here? Okay, here it's popping up now. So Currently, we have 3 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, and 2 people on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. 3 people on Twitch. So thank you very much. Let's see. It was on this day, February 16th. What was the year? Castro. Well, it had to been 1960 something, maybe. Castro was sworn in as the Cuban leader. There's a lot of activity. There's Cuba might be opening up a little bit, as far as they're still under a dictator type regime. But it was 1959 on this February 16th, 1959. Fidel Castro was sworn in as the premier of Cuba 6 weeks after dictator announced the resignation and fled the country. The previous dictator. So there's a bit in The Godfather that they were down there, and that's when the fall of they had a lot of gambling joints down there. 1862, the Civil War Battle of Fort Donelson in Tennessee ended with the surrender of some 12,000 Confederate soldiers. Union General Ulysses S. Grant, a freaking great general, his victory earned him the reputation as the unconditional surrendering Grant. Yeah, he said, you're going to surrender. You surrender unconditionally. But he was a fair general afterwards. At the end of the Civil War, there was people in Congress, they wanted to hang and have war criminals for the South, but General Grant said he wanted to try the U.S. government, and even the Andrew Jackson, who took over. He was Abraham Lincoln's vice president. Not a good president, history shows. He wanted Robert E. Lee tried as a traitor and hung and stuff. And if it wasn't for Ulysses S. Grant, says, no, I gave them my word that they're gonna become Americans again and stuff like that. The war's over with. So there was a lot of reconciliation back then. Let's see, 1960, the nuclear submarine USS Triton departed New London, Connecticut on its first submerged circumnavigating by a vessel. So it was underneath the water the whole time it went around the world. And let's see what else we got. That's about it for that. So that's our history for the thing. So that's interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. Okay, I think we're coming up on an hour. Let's go ahead and do the sport. There's not much of sports. There's no NBA because they got the All-Star game coming on. You got they got the round robin going right now. I guess they play 4 games now. They don't just play 1 game. They play in 4 games. It's the World Stars and Stripes, and they got different teams. It's the NBA All-Star Championship. I don't watch it. I don't really care for it. Basketball will be back on Thursday night, where so they're taking a break. And then in hockey is taking a break because of the Olympics over there in Milan, Cortina. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to finish the world times and temperatures. I got sidetracked. I'm just thinking of Milan. I didn't say Milan. But hockey's on a hold right now too until the 25th. Finishing up our world times and temperatures as we cross the pond, the Atlantic Ocean. I got sidetracked again. That happens, right? Lots of. When I mentioned Milan, because I did say about Milan, the weather in Milan, and I going across the pond to finish up the world times and temperature in London, UK, at 11:51 in London, 48 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy skies. Milan, Italia, and it's still Manja Manja. It's 9 more minutes of Manja Manja lunchtime in Milan at 12:51 p.m. Sunny with some passing clouds in Milan, where the Olympics is taking place. It's a warm 48. I don't think they're doing any skiing. The skiing's being done in Cortina, which is north of there. But Milan is probably hosting the skating, figure skating, and the hockey games and all that. The closing ceremonies are going to be in Verona, Italy. So they're using all of northern Italy. I've been to Verona, beautiful, beautiful city. That's the home of where Romeo and Juliet took place. Continuing on, I'm seeing that we have Double J's here. In Double J's home country, because he's not in his home country. He's had an undisclosed location in the Southern Hemisphere. Double J's in New Delhi right now at 5:22 p.m. We got sunny skies for the most part with some passing dark clouds, 79 degrees Fahrenheit, and down in Mumbai at 5:22 p.m. we have cloudy skies. Um, yes, cloudy skies in Mumbai at 82 degrees Fahrenheit. And you went there too. You went to Verona. Verona is good. Milan is beautiful. Verona is a little bit smaller, but there's a lot of nice architecture there. I saw the balcony where Romeo and Juliet supposedly took place, and that's what Tina said. Yes, she's been to Verona. So you've seen the balcony. It's a small balcony. And then the picture of Juliet with the very shiny left breast. And Tina says, "Yeah, me too." So you saw that. Okay, that's I still laugh about that. We're all wondering, and we asked Dr. Sapita, that was the professor. We were tailing off of a field trip that some architect. She taught architecture for University of Maryland at Aviano, Italy. That's the University of Maryland in the military is known as the University the sun never sets, because there's a segment all around on all the bases. But Dr. Sapita, Professor Sapita, she's a great professor. I was overwhelmed when the year before I took the English 101 for my associates for the community college of the Air Force. I thought I was over my head, but she made me feel great professor, great lady. But we tagged. She asked, I took the second year with her in English studies, and she asked if anybody wanted to come along, they can come along and stuff like that. So I ended up tagging along. We had a whole bunch of cars driving. I had a couple people they could drive, but I said I'm going to go, so I ended up driving down there. And when we the architecture is just fabulous out there in Italy. It just, and then just talk about history, Double J's. Well, in your home country, there's history right there. The Taj Mahal. I would love to see the Taj Mahal. As far as that would be, that's one of the world's wonders as far as that goes. And I see pictures of it, so just to see it in real life would be something. Okay, let's see. Continuing with our world times and temperature before I get sidetracked again. Skipping to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur at 7:55 p.m., 79 degrees Fahrenheit. And Tokyo, Japan at 8:55 p.m., raining in Tokyo, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. And down under on the great continent, in the great country, and great friend and ally Australia is to the United States, and we do appreciate it. In Melbourne, Australia, at 10:55 p.m. in their late evening, clear skies in Melbourne, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, Australia, at 10:55 p.m., cloudy skies, passing clouds, some clearing, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Those are world times and temperatures as I speak. I'm always forgetting something as far as that goes. So, but let's see. Continuing with our sports, like I said, there's no NHL. Spring training starts this Friday. The Yankees play the Orioles at 1:05. So I'm gonna have to start watching. I gotta watch some baseball. I didn't watch that much last year. And let's see, what do we got going in the weekend? When do the Mets play? The Mets don't play until Saturday at 1:10 p.m. So I'll be looking forward to those games. Of course, there was some football action in the soccer side. Manchester City, this past Saturday for the FA Cup, the fourth round, they beat Salford City 2-0. They're not playing until this next Saturday I think that's a Premier League game. Yeah, that's a Premier League game against Newcastle this Saturday at 3 p.m. Currently, Manchester City is 4 points behind Arsenal in the Premier League. They're sitting number second. And their arch rivals in Manchester City, the Man City United, they're, let's see, that's 5. They're 8 points. No, they're 5. Yeah, 8 points behind Manchester City. I'm a Manchester City fan. I got the jersey to prove it. Thank you, Wingnut. Wingnut is the one that sent it to me, and I gifted him a Buffalo Bills jersey. As far as that goes, that's the team here in New York State. Should have gone to the Super Bowl, but that's another story. Don't. I'm trying not to think about it and stuff. Um, but at any rate, let's see. We're coming up on. Well, we're at 1 hour. 1 hour and 3 minutes. So I know, Tina, you're going to go and see Hal. As a program note, Jim Figerty is on. Liam, our good friend over there in Ireland. And Hal, he's probably on somewhere there on one of his 4 programs and stuff. Yeah, we'll see you later. Tina, you're welcome. And she's here for our first hour, but she goes over and hangs out with Hal there on his. He does 4 30-minute gigs on the various platforms that he's on and stuff like that. More power to him. I don't think I could do that, but hey, Farmer's coming in. How we doing? Coming in from Virginia. Love the flags. Love the flags. Love the Rumble flags. Very good. Thank you, sir. Hope you had a good weekend. Glad to have you here. We're just getting ready to take a little break here after our first hour. And Farmer is saying good morning to everyone. Very appreciative of that. Thank you, sir. And there's Buggy. She's going to take my chair. I'll kick her out. But thank you very much. So we're going to take a little bit of a break, and I got to get some more coffee here. And you can see it's getting daylight out. We got cloudy overcast right now, and we're still sitting at 36 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's see. And there's a flag from Deplore. You gave us a flag there when you first came in, Deplore, but thank you again for the flag. Can't get enough of the flags. I think you gave us a flag there. Yeah, you did when you said good morning. But I love how you can put the flag. I think you can't really do that on the other platforms. They sort of just put US. They don't accept it or something like that. But it's here on the Rumble. Okay. We're done with our coffee. It's the top of the hour, 7:00. We're going to go ahead and take a couple minute breaks. I don't have to feed the outdoor cats because they've already been fed, and we'll be right back. So just hang loose, and we'll be back in a couple minutes here, folks. So let's see. We're using Bubblegum Ball Game. And we're back. We are back here on the. We get the buttons right here. We are back for the Monday morning coffee for 02.16.2026. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here with the morning coffee, second cup of the morning here. At Fireman Rich here on the Rumble, at Fireman Rich on X, and almost most platforms, social media platforms for the most part, but just Google at Fireman Rich for other ones. I'm mostly on X. That's my mainstay as far as that goes, and I do enjoy being over there. And but we're here on Rumble at Fireman Rich. I am on. I'm getting a little more active, I guess, on the Facebook. I starting to see the when I went to get the penny saver yesterday, and the penny saver. We got a spot here on the desk. I get this every Sunday for the missus. I drive out. I drive up to the local Stop and Shop. This is the penny saver. This is one of the web pages we go to, but this is actual paper. It's a free publication, and get it primarily, I guess, for the coupons here for the things. And where's this? Oh, the golf club at Owego has a fish fry. See, they tell us about stuff that goes on here, and as far as that goes, and various things that are going on. So, but we go over the webpage. I don't think there's really anything. There's supposed to be an article in here I'm supposed to read. So we have that yesterday, and what was the point? But I get that every Sunday morning, as far as that goes. There's supposed to be a point. I just lost my train of thought. I guess it wasn't important, but I do get that every Sunday morning, and getting up early and talking to the guy. Yeah, you got there early enough. There's a bunch of guys that have coffee there every morning from like 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and usually of late I haven't been there until it's like after 8 o'clock. But yesterday I think it was about 7:30. And the guys were there, and they said, "Oh, you made it to the prayer meeting." And it's like, "Yeah, I'm just getting the paper and stuff." And I got a couple slices of breakfast pizza for me and the missus. We had breakfast pizza. We get the. I said, "Hey, we get some." It's a Daytona 500. We had it the last time we had it was the Super Bowl. So yesterday was Daytona. So I said, "I'll get some." She said, "Yeah, we can't beat it. It's good." So I was sitting there before I got the slices of breakfast pizza to go. I'm talking to him and stuff like that. Says, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a while." There's one gentleman I haven't seen in a while. We used to work together in the volunteer fire department, and he said, "Oh, you haven't seen you in a while." So I used to show up, but I'm being retired my third year, I'm getting a little lax here. And the one other gentleman there, he works construction. He has a construction company with his brother here in the village, and he goes, "Oh yeah, you're getting used to that retirement." I said, "Yeah." But it was good to catch up with the individual there they hadn't seen in a while, and he's doing good. He's seeing, exchanging what families are doing and stuff like that, and good meeting place as far as that goes. What do we got here? We got too much. Let me clear out this buffer here of notifications. So we're on our second hour here at the Monday morning coffee as we're starting a new week. It's all about starting the week and working towards the weekend. And we just talked about how we did have a good weekend and stuff. Well, every weekend's a good weekend. And let's see. Let me get rid of. No, we'll leave those alone. We will be showing some news articles now from various web pages from the local news agencies, such as like we did with Fox 40, no affiliation with them. WEBO, the radio station here in Owego, New York. WNBF, the radio station in Binghamton. WBNG, Channel 12. Channel 12 News, or TV station, CBS affiliate. The Whale radio station. Channel 34, which is now Channel 5. I didn't realize. Binghamton homepage. We'll check them. Out in Elmira, WENY. WETM Channel 18 out in Elmira. The Penny Saver. That's a different Penny Saver. They already got a change for. That's from February. Oh, that's from the 15th. So that's from yesterday. How come we didn't see that? Speedway Banquet presents awards to riders. Okay. KGB. That's from the 15th. So do they have an update on that? Yeah, they have an article about Savannah. We're not going to go into it, but Savannah Guthrie makes an emotional plea for her mom's kidnappers and stuff. That's still going on. It's going into its. It's already been 2 weeks as of yesterday. So, but 92.5 KGB. We look at them. They're a good radio station here in Binghamton. One of the original radio stations here. It's a good solid rock. And we look at KISS 104. Well, they got an article there about the takeover of the Binghamton Plaza. Oh, they also we gotta highlight that because I posted this up yesterday. There'll be the I wonder if that's on WNBF. We'll bring that up on WNBF. Yep, that's there. The oldest forest in the world is located here in New York State. A lot of people don't realize. We're gonna read that. I think they had an article on that once before, but I have no affiliation with all these news articles. Is basically what I'm saying. We're going to look at Spectrum News, Country 106.5 WYRK up there in Buffalo, and their sister channel WBLK 93.7 The Power, New York stuff, along with I look at WGR 550, just a consumer, just to see what they have for New York State, and then we look at 1440. It's news topics. Let's see. What do they got? They got like a briefing. Let's see. They have anything? Oh, there was a Canadian curling controversy. We'll have to read that one. And Year of the Fire Horse? What's this? Ushers in the Year of the Fire Horse in Chinese Zodiac. Okay. It's the Year of the Fire Horse. Okay. And let's see. We don't need any of these sports pages anymore, so we'll get rid of them. But we will leave up on Google. So let's start with Fox 40, see what they have here. Okay, let's see what we got here. I got to bring down my my scrolly thing there and stuff that interfered. Then if we got time, we'll go over here to the Commodore and look at the headlines there for Fox and CNN. Okay, let's see. Fox. I have no affiliation with all these web pages that we're looking at. Ooh, major house fire. Fire breaks out in Johnson City. Let's start with that right away. This came out. This was major fire broke out in Johnson City. That was tonight. That was 12 hours ago. So this is a major fire that broke out. I saw this last night when I was shutting down the computer. So let's go ahead and bring this one up here. Start major house fire. Hopefully nobody was hurt. Let's see. We got that there. And we'll bring that up. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to the house fire here and see what happened.
We begin with a major fire that broke out in Johnson City tonight. Crews first received a call about a basement fire at 3 Cherry Street a little after 5 p.m. The flames quickly spread and turned into a fully involved fire, prompting more fire crews and EMS to show up. According to Johnson City Mayor Christina Sherrick, who was at the scene, all families were evacuated, but some animals are still left in the house. Crews are ordered to try to get them out.
Okay, so they had a major house fire that broke out in Johnson City, and looking at the film clip, that fire it started in the basement, so it went through. You can see all the smoke coming out through the roof, and they have lines. They're in a defensive posture. They got they got ladders up off to the left. Excuse me. And I'm just looking at the pictures here. A lot of damage up front there, and They got the ladder truck, the bucket off to the left there going up. But that's a multi-store or multi-family house right there. Looks like architecture-wise, that was built during the probably late 30s, 40s. So that went. If it started in the basement, probably the heating system, it traveled all the way throughout the building. So. And let's see. Oh, sorry about that. Let's see the actual fire itself. Flames quickly spread. Red Cross has been dispatched to help house those who were displaced. So a lot of there's probably like 3 or 4 families in there. Surrounding roads were blocked off, and it looks like they might have lost some pets. And nothing specific, but no report of loss of life, which is a good thing. That's a good thing as far as that goes. So that was breaking last night about 12 hours ago. Let's see. We did have this weekend. We talked about this Friday. The Crappy Derby was this weekend. So let's check out on Fox 40. Let's check out on Fox 40 what was going on in the Crappy Derby here. It's Crappy Derby. That's they're fishing there up at the reservoir outside Binghamton there over Whitney Point, I guess it is. And this was on the 14th, so this was from Saturday. So they had it this weekend. They had enough snow, they had enough ice. It's the first time in like 6 years they've had it. So let's go ahead and listen to this one.
A beloved ice fishing competition made a major comeback after an 8-year hiatus today. Held at Whitney Point Lake, Crappie Derby welcomes anglers from all over the region for a day of competitive fishing for crappie and other species. The last time the event was held was in 2018. Organizers say the lake must have at least 1 foot of ice to be considered safe for fishing. With the lake seeing 15 inches of ice this year, the event welcomed thousands eager to break the ice once more after nearly a decade-long hiatus.
I want them to have a good time. That's what it's all about. We've been passing out everything from candy to frisbees to fishing poles, all kinds of stuff. Just the kids. Here you are. Ice cream, chocolate milk. You know, just keep everybody happy.
Okay, so there's the coordinator for the Crappie Derby, ice fishing. They got to have at least a foot of ice to support everybody out there. The crappie is a type of fish, and I imagine they get some perch. There's a hole right there. There's a fisherman right there. They got the little tents that go up, and they got vehicles out there. And this is the first time they've had enough ice to where they could have this. It's a pretty big fishing event. They got competitions and stuff. And the last time they had it was what they say 2018. That's 8 years ago, as far as that goes. So the ice is too thin. You can't go out there, or else everybody will break through the ice, and you don't want that. Okay, so that's a good article. Crappie Derby. I'm sure we'll have some more articles on Channel 12 there, as far as that goes. But I think that's the last article on let's see, for Fox. So, and Liberty's here. Hey, Liberty, coming in from Niagara, Buffalo area. Good morning, Patriots. Good morning, Mrs. And the Mrs. says good morning back to you, Liberty. Thank you very much. To Twitchers and YouTubers, love the flags. Love the flags there, Liberty. Thank you very much. The American flag there. The farmer gave us the flag and deplorable. There's the flags from deplorable again. He's giving us all over. He's saying good morning to Liberty. Over there on the Rumble side, where we currently have 5 people on Rumble, 1 person on local, 2 people on YouTube, and 2 people on Twitch. So good morning, Liberty. Hope you are doing well as far as that goes. And even you got Dark Heart. Or I'm sorry, Farmer there from Virginia was saying hi on the Rumble and he comes in with the flags there, and with a flag, the American flag. Love the American flag, yes sir. God bless America. And Liberty saying hi to Deplorable, and also to Farmer, as far as that goes on the Rumble. Rumble rocks. Rumble rocks. We love Rumble. Okay, glad to have you here, Liberty. We're just going over the local news here. The Crappie Derby looks like it started and took place and was good. Let's see. Anything on WEBO? No, nothing going on WEBO. WAAL. Yes, there is an article on WAAL. I think I posted this, or else I posted it, but it's a it's about the oldest forest in the world is located right here in New York State. People say, "Oh, it's over here. It's over in the Amazon. It's over in the Asian Pacific and stuff like." No, the oldest forest is right here in New York State. And let me bring this up. This is off of this article is on. Excuse me, I clear my throat here. Is on WNBF, but it's also on WAAL and 104, their sister channel. So, let's see. Here it is. Let me bring it up. This is a Read article, but there's the oldest forest in the world. Article on WNBF News Radio. No affiliation with them. This author of this article says, "I have a fact for you that just might blow your mind. According to the Department of Conservation, 61% of New York State is forest." Now, everybody thinks New York is, it's just a city. No, 61%, more than 50% of New York State is forest. This next fact is even more stunning. The oldest forest, and this is the oldest forest in the world, is in New York State, and it's up there around the capital region. Okay. Currently, current biological reports that a couple years ago, a fossil was found in an abandoned quarry near Cairo, New York. Not Cairo, Egypt. There's a Cairo, New York. The discovery was actually made in the Plattekill Formation, and the fossil soil supports evidence that the oldest forest in the world is about 40 miles south of Albany. That's right above the Hudson Valley here in New York State. Exactly how old are we talking about? The travel places. This is I guess it's a magazine or article, the Travel, which is a publication, places the estimated age of the forest at 385 million years old. Okay, that's how they carbon dated. We are talking about fossiled roots of prehistoric trees that are now visible. How big would this forest have been? Some say it would have covered New York and parts of Pennsylvania. And let me go ahead and bring this up. There's a posting from the New York State Department saying last month, New York State Museum staff discovered the world's oldest forest in Cairo, New York. Scientists estimate the tree roots are 385 million years. This is posted last month, as far as that goes. So, and let's see. There's an article here. Let's see. Let's bring this up here. Okay, let's see what this has to say. Oldest forest. Team found spectacular network of roots. More than 11 meters in length with the roots, and they believe the forest was eventually wiped out. A flood during to preserve the fish fossils and surface in the quarry. And world's oldest forest found in, it's Hudson Valley. Let's see, do we have that? No, that's just a picture. Okay, we'll go back. So I think I did an audio on this. It was as far as that goes. So researchers once thought similar fossils discovered in Gilbro, New York, was the oldest. This was back. Okay, this was This was back in 2019. It was discovered that Cairo beat it by 3 million years. So there's a lot of New York was right there at the beginning of formation as far as that goes. So that's pretty interesting stuff there. The oldest forest in the world because they have the roots to prove it. I don't think there's any other forest that you could say that unless of course there was um, the ice age. This whole area was covered with miles of ice, the glaciers and stuff like that. They carved out the Finger Lakes and all that. So that was probably would that be after the ice age or whatever? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the timeline is, but it is the oldest in New York State. So that's pretty interesting. Let's see what else we have on WNBF. Let's see. We'll get there. Close that out. That was the most significant. And we already talked about the boats at last week's fire. Okay, we got a notification. What's this notification? Okay. And let's see. Deplorable says this is the Ice Age. Ask Minnesota. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it seems like it. Deplorable. Yeah, Liberty likes that one. Now, full disclosure, Minnesota is my birth state, even though I'm a New York State resident and I love New York. I was born in New York, but I was born in Minnesota. And it is, it's an ice age there. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I think the ice age is out over there. Okay, let's see. That's it. Let's go to WBNG. Let's see what they got. They got let's see. They got an article here on the fire. And actually it's not a video. Do they have a video of this? Let me see. They don't have any video on this fire. That's interesting. Fox 40 does. Okay. Okay, but let's go ahead and share this tab, and we'll go through the article to see what we have for. There's the fire right there. They got 2 buckets up there. That's the house fire that we saw the video on. I thought they would have a video, but they don't. That's odd. Let's see what is in the article. Multiple crews responded to a house fire on Cherry Street after flames broke out in the basement around 5 p.m. This was on the 15th, or this would probably be on. Okay. 4 fire departments responded to the blaze at 3 Cherry Street, according to Johnson City Mayor. According to the mayor, all residents and pets were successfully evacuated, so nobody perished. That's good. That's a big chunk right there. Red Cross has been called, said the mayor. My primary concern is making sure the residents have somewhere to go, and I'll be working with the police union to start some kind of collection and donation for the families who obviously are going to need something because of all their stuff. A resident told Channel 12 News the fire may have started with a lighter and a trash can in the basement, so somebody was doing something they weren't supposed to do. Mayor said she was not aware of the injuries to residents or first responders. The pets are receiving specialized cares from the ambulance cares. So they're taking care of business there. So there's a big picture right there. And you can see they have, they're mostly, that's a defensive fire, folks, because you see, other than the ladder trucks fighting the fire there, if you see the hose, they have hand lines on the ground floor that are pouring in there. So it probably might be because of the stability of the fire. So there we have that. A follow up. No injuries. That's good to know. That's always good to know. Let's see. Do they have anything on the crappy derby here on let's see. Liberty says, make sure your dryer vents are. Yeah, I do that after. I did the wash yesterday when I was live streaming and stuff. So actually, the missus took care of the. I did the wash, but I had the. She put. Did she put? I put it in the dryer, but she ended up taking. Yeah, we always as soon as we pull something out of the dryer, we check the dryer vent. We don't leave that stuff in there. As far as that goes, that's a good advice there, Liberty. Thank you. Let's see. What else do we have? Let's see. They don't have a video on the crappy derby, but I talked about the crappy derby. Let's see. There's not much of videos on channel 12. Let's see. Alpacas visit Binghamton University to raise money for cat rescue. What's that one all about? Let's see what this one's about.
All right, thank you.
Because this is Binghamton University is here it's in Vestal, New York. But they brought some alpacas. What's that got to do with cats? Let's check out this one. It has to do with Binghamton University, though. Let's see. Let's see what this one's all about here, folks. Here we go.
Brian, a unique fundraiser brought some fuzzy friends to Binghamton University. Professor David Merriweather and his alpacas helped raise money for a kaleidoscope cat rescue. The two alpacas named Esme and Coriander are 7 and 8 years old and were born on Merriweather's farm, Nyla Farm Alpacas, right here in Vestal. What made these animals special was their affectionate nature.
I have a few that like to give nose boops. If you put your hands behind your back and your face forward, they can't resist touching your nose. It gets people out of their rooms and gets them excited. So I usually bring boy alpacas, but these were ones that like to give kisses. So this is our first time off the farm to do this.
Students and visitors got the chance to experience these Eskimo kisses firsthand while supporting a good cause. Merriweather said bringing the alpacas to campus gets people excited and engaged.
So you can get a kiss by an alpaca to help support the kitty cats in the area here, as far as for a fundraiser and stuff. There's quite a few of these alpaca farms and stuff that in the southern tier. There used to be one right across the river here where I'm at in Tioga County and stuff like that. So it's just and let's see. Make sure your dryer vents are clear, but also, also the vents that goes outside. Yes, you got to clean those regularly. We got a big long thing that it's sort of like you push it down through the vent as far as that goes. Yeah, you got to clean out all that stuff there. So the alpacas were at the Binghamton University there in Vestal to help raise funds for the kitty cats, and that's something. That's something there. Let's see. Yeah, they said they bring the alpacas to campus to get people excited and engaged in the thing. So they get Eskimo kisses from the from the alpacas. That's something. That's interesting. So there's an interesting article there. Okay, let's see. Go to the whale. I don't think there's any. Let's see. Farmer says, at least they don't spit at anyone. Yeah, like the camels. Exactly. Alpacas, I guess they're a little bit. They're like I said, we got quite a few alpaca farms around here where they have like anywhere from 10 to 20 of them, and they raise them for their thing. And Liberty likes that as far as the spitting. No, they're like are they related to the camel? I don't know. Would they be related to the camel? You think alpacas? They look like a camel. You know, it's just
maybe shirt tail relation.
Yeah, shirt tail. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, I wouldn't want to get spit by a camel. Man, that's nasty just thinking about it. Ooh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Okay, nothing on the whale. That's the same articles there on WNBF. And as far as that goes, and Deplorable says alpacas are goofy looking. I don't trust them. That's a good point. They are goofy looking. They do like touching your nose, like the gentleman said there, the owner of those alpacas. Let's see, Channel 34. Anything on Channel 34? Let's see. And Deplorable says, reminds me of Harry Chuck Schumer. Yeah, Chuck Schumer. Yeah. It's Schumer needs to shut up, I think. He's talking some smack again. Deplorable says, I agree. Or Farmer says, I agree. They shouldn't be trusted. Yeah, alpacas. Now, would you trust your chickens before you trust an alpaca? I think maybe. Which is smarter, a chicken or an alpaca, Farmer? You probably say chickens because you're our chicken expert. So I just asked that question. I'm not. Let's see. Channel 34. We got anything on 34? I'm not seeing anything. Okay. Channel WENY out there in Elmira. What do we got out there? Let's see. Do we have anything out in Elmira? We haven't gotten anything from WENY since they changed their webpage and stuff like that. And Farmer would say 100% he trusts his chickens. I wouldn't think otherwise. Yeah, the chickens. Yeah, that's what I figured. 100%. The chickens are smarter, and you agree. Yeah, I would say that alpacas are not a normal. Alpacas are mostly from Peru and down there and stuff. Or they're not. I don't think alpacas are native to. And there's Dark Farmer. Yep, he loves it, the chicken lover. Yep, there we go. There we go. That's good. The farmer's laughing. Yeah. They got to be fun to raise and stuff like that. Let's see. Channel 18. Let's check out Channel 18. Anything on Channel 18? I am not seeing anything now on these channels here. So, okay. And we already went over the Penny Saver and KGB. Let's see. 104.1. They're same articles as WNBF. We already talked about the oldest. Oh, they don't even have that article. They have the article about 2 boats destroyed in Johnson City arson fire last week. Spectrum News. What do we got on Spectrum News? Anything? And oh, okay. They have a headline here, and this is up in your area there, Liberty. The federal trial of the Buffalo mass shooter will not be moved outside the Western New York district, and it should. It should stay right there. And I'm not seeing anything else on Spectrum. So let's go to the Buffalo web pages there. 106.5. Let's see, you got anything there? Oh, Team USA wins over Germany. Let's see what that one's. Buffalo's number one for new country. Let's give an update on the U.S. hockey team there out at the Olympics, the Winter Olympics. So this is on Country 106.5 WYRK. No affiliation, but it is Buffalo's number one for new country. And let's go ahead and see what this one has to say. Well, I got to read it. But even still, I like to keep up with the hockey team, even though they are paid. The Team USA men's hockey team continue to their dominating run in the opening round of the Olympics in Italy, beating Team Germany 5-1 yesterday. So let's see. Buffalo Sabre forward tag. Thompson scored the second goal of the Olympics in the 5-1 win over Germany. Thompson scored early in the third period as the Team USA wrapped up the preliminary round 3-0. So they're heading to the medal round. Team USA earns bye heading to next round in the Olympics with the 5-1 win over Germany. Team USA earns a bye heading into the quarterfinals and avoiding playing in the quarterfinal round. With a 3-0 record in the preliminary round, the U.S. earns a number 2 overall seed heading into the quarterfinals. Team Canada, though, finished with the first overall seed and will be joined. I think we beat Canada. No, maybe that was a women's team. But Team Canada for the men's will be joined by Slovakia and Finland, who will also earn a byes in the quarterfinals. The 4 countries on the byes will play on Wednesday against the winners of the Tuesday qualifying games. Buffalo Sabres captain Rasmus Dahlin reaches quarterfinals with Team Sweden. Okay, so there's a Buffalo Sabre that's on Team Sweden. The other Buffalo Sabre player in the Olympics will play on Tuesday. Sabres captain Ramsson is on Team Sweden and will end up playing Tuesday to qualify in the playoffs. Team Sweden will take on Team Latvia, which I think the U.S. beat. The winners of the game will play U.S. On Wednesday. We could see Buffalo Sabres on Buffalo Sabres action coming up on Wednesday afternoon, I guess. So, they're NHL players that are in the Olympics now. So that's on Country 106.5 up there in Buffalo, up there in the Niagara Buffalo area where Liberty's at. And no, full disclosure, I have no association with it. Could give us an update there on the Buffalo Team USA for the hockey. Let's see, on Power 93.3, they have that same article. So they're just like, and I'm not seeing anything else there. And let's see, on WGR 550, they talk about the hockey game too, as far as that goes. There's the article on over there on WGR 550. They got the article, an article over there on there too, as far as that goes. Let's see. Did I bring that up? Yeah, there it is. So there's Thompson scoring against the win over Germany. Sabres forward. So there's 3 Buffalo Sabres that are in the Olympics there. Few on so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Cool stuff. And let's see, on 1440, what's this one? Canada curling controversy. Let's see what this one. Canada's men curling team was accused of cheating. Ooh, okay. They were accused of cheating. So what's going on there? And Deplorable says, okay, I got an appointment. I'm off. Have a great day, everyone. Okay, Deplorable, thank you. Thanks for stopping in. Have a good day. Have a good Monday start to your week. And we'll be seeing you. Ciao for now. Deplorable coming in from Bradford, Pennsylvania. And Liberty says to Deplorable, have a good one. Be safe. Yeah, be safe. Always be safe, my friends. Always be safe. Okay, let's see this curling controversy. What's this all about? Let's see. Friday night, with Sweden claiming Canada player Mark Kennedy touched a curling stone after it was released. Kennedy, who responded with told them off, I guess, an explicit, accused the Swedes of international filming and premeditating the conflict. However, the team did not bring a formal complaint. See, dispute delivered. Okay. Less than 24 hours later, the Canadian women's team was accused of the same violation, with officials removing the rock during an 8-7 loss to Switzerland. On Sunday, Britain's men's team faced a similar ruling when Scottish curler Bobby Lammy was judged to double touch his stone in a round robin over Germany. Observers compared the controversy to the 2014-2016 Broomgate scandal in which engineered brush heads gave precise control over the stone's trajectory. So there's controversy in curling. Oh my God, that is something. That is something. And farmer saying also to deplorable, have a great day. Yeah. So I remember that brooming. They engineered a special broom that would give them advantage over. So it's double touching. I guess you got to go back to the video. What's it say on the video as far as that goes? So that's over there on 1440 News. Okay, let's go ahead and bring that down. Let's get rid of these. I guess. What do you think about the controversial curling?
I don't give up.
Yeah, the missus doesn't give a hoot. I remember
Great scheme of things.
Yeah, it's the least of our worries, right?
Yeah.
The least of our worries. Okay, let's go ahead and bring up the Commodore 64 here, as far as that goes, and we'll turn it on. Oh, we got to change the monitor back here.
Yeah, we gotta get your face off there.
My big ass face. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and turn on the Commodore here. You hear it clicking, and let's see if we got it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Always helps to make sure you have this on before you. Okay, let's go ahead and we got an hour and 50. Well, we'll finish up with this. An hour and 51 minutes. So I'm getting better at this. Let's see. We want to go to our file. Okay, and let's go to the disk browser. And let's see. We want USB-O drive. Enter. BBS. We're going to go down to the ultimate. Run me first. Yes. And bring up the Ultra Terminate. Okay. And that's the internal drive. Okay, we'll go ahead and start it. We'll get the first 15, 20 headlines as far as that goes, folks. This is on the Commodore Ultimate 64. Commodore 64 Ultimate, the newer 64. This is a 40-year-old disk drive here. I haven't been really doing that much of late with the Commodore 64. The missus has been keeping me very busy. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Trying, but
Trying. Okay, she's still loading. Which could be a good sign. Oh, let me see. Let me check the connection. Oh, now let's try. I gotta change out this Ethernet. This Ethernet that's plugged into the Commodore here, it doesn't go in right away. So okay, there it goes. There we go. And there we are. We're on the retrocatpus.com. Is that what that says? Retro CATTT pus?
CA3? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It looks like it, but.
All right, we'll go to the news here, and we're going to go to Fox first. And we're just going to look at the general headlines here for this morning. And what do we got? We got number one, we got James Carville launches explicits. I mean, in the FU and BS and all that. He's been on a lot of rants lately. Filled rant predicting Democrats will beat the GOP's FA. So you can add in the blanks, folks. James Carville, not one of my favorite people. His wife is a nice person. They used to be on that press show there with God. Who was that guy? He's from Buffalo, New York. Who was that guy from Buffalo, Liberty, that did the NBC show? Oh God, I can't think of it. But James Carville and his wife used to appear on there a lot. That's back when I used to watch it stuff. Now it's I don't watch it anymore. Let's see. Number 2, Australian or Austrian. Australia. Something. Hanukkah terror attack suspect seen for first time in prison. Okay. He better be careful where he goes in that prison. Let's see. Savannah Guthrie releases video marking 2 weeks since mom's disappearance and more top headlines. That's an ongoing thing. That's just a tragedy and stuff. Let's see. Olympic ski jumper disqualified from event over boot size. So if you have an over boot size, you can be disqualified? Number 5, fake ad blocker predicts PCs in new malware extension scam. Yeah, don't be careful of the scams. Be careful of the scams. Let's see. Let's go to the next set. Number 6, shipwreck hunter finds luxury steamer that sank in Lake Michigan in 1872. Okay, there could be some good artifacts there. Number 7, food pyramid backlash. Low-fat era may have fueled obesity, diabetes, says doctors. I don't know. What do you think? No?
Not low fat, more they were saying it's more the ultra processed foods.
Oh, processed foods, yeah, because who's the guy, the fighter there? Mike Tyson. He's against. He used to eat a lot of processed foods, and listen to him. He's just like, processed foods are
that
bad.
makes sense.
Yeah, it does make. It's common sense. Number 8, film festival defends celebrities avoiding politics during press interviews as their rush of free speech. As their right of free speech. Yeah, you don't have to say. It's probably best not to. Just, you're there to concentrate on your trade. You know, being an actor and actress and stuff. Don't pollute it by bringing your political because we all have different political views. So I think that's a good thing. Unless you get these reporters that are trying to trap you like they are with the Olympic teams there. Let's see. Number 9, EPA administration Zeldin, who almost became the New York governor here. We finally demolished the Democrats' climate insanity. And I think it was insanity. There was no reason to restrict fossil fuel vehicles and put the emphasis on electric cars that the average person can't afford. I mean, what's an average price for an electric car? Probably about $70,000.
Cars are too expensive.
Yeah, they are.
How's the electric produced to charge up those cars?
It's produced by fossil fuels, unless you use nuclear. Number 10, Spike Lee wears pro-Palestinian outfit to NBA All-Star. You know, I could care less, Spike Lee. Just wear the Knicks outfit. You know, nobody cares about your political views. You're non-relevant. He's a diehard Knicks fan. Good for him, but you know that Israel-born outfit to NBA All-Star game with Israel-born player competing.
Oh, I see.
Pro-Palestine. Who cares? Doesn't make a difference. It's not moving the ball forward. It just oh, look at me. That's how I place that as. That's just my opinion, folks, and I'll just stick with it. He has a right to do that, but he looks like a dope, in my opinion. Let's see. Next. Number 11, Taiwan. Okay. You don't say Taiwan in China, that's for sure. Will not escalate, but will not yield to Chinese intimidation, foreign minister warns. Okay. Number 12, Mihai Hansen rips LeBron James over Israel comments at NBA. See, the NBA, that's why I don't watch the NBA. They get the basketball. Every basketball player has a right to their opinion and stuff like that, but unless you're involved with a cause, keep it separate from the sport. That's what I say. Number 13, Nancy Mace proposed bill to make alien deportable in admission for animal cruelty.
Oh, aliens deportable.
In admission for, she's comparing it to animal cruelty? I don't think so. They're giving them $2,000 to go back to their home country because they're not doing anything here. They expected, and the party's over, folks.
Talk to the people that get murdered or raped.
Yeah, exactly. 14, Americans' presidents and their steaks. How personal taste shaped the Oval Office. Okay, I guess that's a steak that you eat. Number 15, Prince William deliberately distanced himself from Prince Harry as he prepares for the throne, and that says butler. Did it come from his butler? Yeah, the two brothers don't get along. They don't get along, and
No.
I've been told something, but I'm not going to repeat it about those two. But it's rumor. There's somebody I know that's over in Scotland that he gives me the inside. Well, what's going on over in the UK there concerning that? Let's see. Let's go 5 more. Let's see. We'll go 20. Number 16, LeBron James dodges retirement questions as he made a record 22nd All-Star game appearance. Yeah, you appeared, but you're not relevant in your play anymore. You're not as strong as when you were. Number 17, Jeffries vows pressure on Democratic Maryland Senate. President urges against parties redistricting push. Yeah, that's going to go to the Maryland Supreme Court from what I saw in the news and stuff like that. They didn't do it properly. You got to do it properly. These states that have done redistricting and they say, oh, they shouldn't be doing it. They've done it properly within the law and stuff like that. That's why you don't hear anything more about Texas anymore because they've done it within their law. California. But this one, from what I'm hearing, it's going to the Maryland Supreme Court and it's going to be shot down. They're going to have a referendum, I guess. And even with the referendum, I think from my impression is the Maryland state Supreme Court can knock it down because they didn't follow the procedure. They'll have to restart it again. Let's see. Number 18, teachers have a lot to learn from Trump's education secretary. I have no idea anything I don't have any knowledge of how the education teacher. I thought he was supposed to get rid of the education thing. Let's see. Number 19, Jillian Mitchell's big tech built a digital drug, and our kids are hooked. Yeah, I guess there's talking about addiction of on social media. And number 20, corporate America has decided that DEI needs to die. DIE. They just changed the letters around. Yeah, DEI is just disrupt businesses, and they need to get away from it. Okay, let's back out of this, and you know what? Let's go one more. We've got time. Let's see. No, we don't want quit. We want next. We'll go 5 more on Fox. Number 21, partial government shutdown drags on as DHS funding talks stall. Yeah, the Democrats are blaming the Republicans. The Republicans are voting for an open, but the Democrats don't want to vote. They think they're affecting Homeland Security, where they want to defund ICE, and they're not. ICE is funded for like the next 4 or 5 years or something like that. So they're just affecting other agencies that are in that particular part of government. Number 22, AI out of control. How a single article is sending shockwaves with an apocalyptic warning. I would have to agree with it. I ended up watching this past weekend the the latest Mission Impossible movie on Paramount with Tom Cruise and the Entity. That's the Entity. That's AI right there. That's AI to the max. Where it just that's a scary movie when you think about it. An entity taking over, and that's AI. So I could. Let's see, 23. Ken Paxton sues Dallas over alleged failure to fund police as requested by Proposition U. Okay, that's down there in Dallas. Number 24. Iran says U.S. must prove they want to go do a deal on nuclear talks in Geneva. They do. It's Iran. They're trying to change the narrative there. And number 25. Bulgaria theory in burglary theory in missing Guthrie case, ridiculously rare, says law enforcement sources. So there's a theory that it might be a home broken that gone bad, and they don't think so. Okay, let's back out of here and we'll go over to CNN to give fair and balance. Let's see. We want okay. Want to back out. Okay, there we go. We're going to go ahead and hit CNN for one. And let's go for CNN for fair and balance. See what their headlines say. Who's this? Something Britney and Beyonce all lost on Star Search. Are we sure we want it back? Nah, I don't know. Number 2, Obama clarifies alien comments after telling podcasters they're real. Oh, he's back on his words? And I don't know what the words were. Number 3, by buying Russians' oil, Hungary is fueling the Kremlin's war machine and enriching foundation link to they're contributing to the war. President Trump has said to the Europeans, Hungary being over there in Europe, stop buying Russian oil. That'll bring them to the peace table quicker. Let's see. Liberty says on the Guthrie, I've never seen canines on the Guthrie. Not yet. Yeah, I think the latest was yesterday. They had a helicopter flying up trying to track down the via Bluetooth the Bluetooth signal from her pacemaker, as far as that goes. But yeah, they haven't done the canines yet. That's, I think once they start doing that, Farmer says Obama's an alien, and not of the space kind, I guess, right? Let's see. Number 4, search finds wreck of luxury. Oh, they have the same one over on Fox. The searchers find wreck of a luxury steamer lost in Lake Michigan more than 150 years ago. Number 5, he worked on Wall Street for nearly 50 years. Here's what he learned. Here's what he learned about your finances. Ooh, that's not Epstein, is it? Or is that somebody that's still alive? Let's see. Number 6, former Ukrainian minister detained by anti-corruption authorities while trying to leave the country. I think that I saw this article. They caught him on a train. I don't know if he was in the Ukrainian government there. I don't know if he was a transportation secretary or what. Okay, let's go to the next page. These are just the headlines. I'm just reading the headlines. I'm not going to go into depth. Let's see. Number 7, Eat, Pray, Love, Go. How Elizabeth Gilbert and her readers conquer the world. Okay, don't know who Elizabeth Gilbert is. Number 8, every Republican election officials are balking at Trump's Justice Department's voter roll crusades. I don't know if that has to do. We need to have equal and fair elections, and I'm one. I can say I'm for voter ID. I mean, they showed, was it back when Obama was going for a second term? He's shown his ID so he could vote in Illinois. So there's states that do that. So I don't know what the big deal about. And it's not that hard to get an ID. And Schumer's one of them that's saying, my New York State senator is saying that, we shouldn't have that. It's like, that's a bunch of BS. We should have voter, you should have documentation showing you're a U.S. citizen and stuff like that. Enhanced driver's license. You got to use a birth certificate to get enhanced driver's license here in New York State. So you can use that. Let's see. Number 9, why the AI scare trade might be done. I don't think it's done. It's still around. Liberty says, I think that should be an amendment on the Constitution. I don't know if an amendment would fly because of look at how the states are lined up right now, because you got to get so many states. And I don't think, but it should be a law. Congress should, I think, a law would be sufficient. I think if they passed a law, as far as that goes. But I'm not in disagreement with the Constitution. It's just to try and get. Could you imagine trying to get something added to and amended to the U.S. Constitution? And back in the old days, they could do that, but today, I don't know if you could. And Double J says India has voter ID card and ID card for all. There you go. The country that's the most populated country in the world has voter ID. Why can't we have it here? Okay, and Double J's, would you say the elections in India are pretty much? They probably have their little quirks and stuff like that, but do they run as smoothly? We never hear anything about the Indian election, so I just take it for granted that they run smoothly. So, let's see, number 10, where businesses must offer. Okay, let's see. Farmer says AI and robotics will trash. Yeah, I to a certain extent, if they get out of control, I agree with that, Farmer. And Liberty says they say showing ID, women would have to bring their original birth certificate along with a marriage license to show. I don't know. Like I said, to get in New York State, you have to use your birth certificate to get a enhanced driver's license. So that documentation is already vetted to have that says that you're a citizen. A regular driver's license doesn't, because we can get illegal aliens. They can get that. We said that. But and let's see. Double J says, yes, there is an election commission that runs the election separate from the government, and they have powers given by the Constitution. Okay. But they run pretty smoothly in a sense. We don't hear anything about election fraud or anything like that. Maybe on the local side, but let's see why the AI scare trade might not be done. No, AI, you got to be careful of AI. AI can be tricky. Like, let's see, number 10, where businesses must offer employees a retirement plan. Oh, what? Where businesses? If the businesses have retirement plans or 401ks, I think. Okay. Now I have official retirement from the United States Air Force, but from IBM and the last company I worked for, I have 401ks there as far as that goes. Let's see. Double just says about the country of India's elections in general, they are smooth, but for big countries like India, can't negate malpractice. Yeah, that's true. There's always a possibility. We've seen it here in the United States. Number 11, the 3 biggest challenges as Nancy Guthrie's case stretches into week 3. Okay, I guess they go into that as far as that goes. And Liberty says, have a good day, everyone. Take care. You too, Liberty. See you later. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Be safe and have good weather up there in the Niagara Buffalo area. Thank you for being here. Ciao for now. Number 12, murder trial set to begin for Georgia father who allegedly teen school shooter. Okay. And Farmer is saying to Liberty, you have a great day and be safe too. Yep, be safe there, Liberty. Thank you, Farmer. Okay, let's go to the next set here. Next, and number 13, Russia opposes figure. Who's this? Oh, what do we have here? Oh, Hal Moss is on YouTube. Opposition figure. Oh, that opposition figure was killed. Oh, they oppose Russian figure, opposition figure, killed by toxin found in prison dart. Oh, it's frog poison. European said, yeah, he had some type of poison. Number 14, Princess Beatrice gripped with fallout from parents' Epstein scandal. Oh, yeah. The Democrat, why didn't they bring out the Epstein files when Biden was in office? That's the biggest question I have to ask. Everybody wants to know because they see Trump's name is in it. Trump, He put the tag on Epstein back in the day. He had him arrested in Mar-a-Lago. But they want something to stick there, but it's sticking on everybody else. Okay, number 15, Logan Paul's Holy Grail of Pokemon cards sell for 16.5 million with a diamond necklace thrown in. Wow, a Pokemon card. Oh, geez. Number 16, Trump's damage is done. Democrats and Europe are struggling to define what's next. No, he's already stated we want NATO, we want a friendly, secure Europe and stuff like that. So there's no damage there. Number 17, two top European commanders warn hard choices needed from public on arms spending to determine Russia. Two top European commanders warn hard choices needed from public on arms spending. Well, you got to spend it to defend. You're doing the 5% for NATO, so. Number 18, Chinese automakers want to come to the U.S. No, we don't want them. They could be here fairly soon. Not if there'll be a tariff on those cars coming in. That's for sure. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the next one. I think this will be the last one. Let's see. Yeah, this will be 25 to 24. Let's see. 19, disturbing video and people questioned. Here are the key developments in the Nancy Guthrie. That's an ongoing thing. It's just, I don't know, 2 weeks. I'm getting old. It's getting old. Tyler Reddick wins the Daytona 500. Why isn't that number one? That should be number one. Start off with some good news for a change. Tyler Reddick wins the Daytona 500, which we saw at the beginning of the video here, the last lap. For Michael Jordan, who owns was it 23XI Racing. So yeah, he's a partial owner of the winning car. Number 21, Venezuela's quiet opposition leader, why Armando Gonzalez is on the sideline of power struggle. I guess she's the one that. No, that's not the one that won gave the peace prize, Nobel Peace Prize to Trump. But number 22, Justice Department lists hundreds of prominent people named in Epstein files in letters to Congress. Now, one of the things you don't hear any. What about the victims? Are they getting any repercussions from these people and stuff? No. I know that's Tony D is always talking about what about the victims? The victims, and I'm in agreement there. What about the victims? Of course, the people that are, they're releasing all the files. Okay, why this couldn't have been done, or what it wasn't done during Biden's administration, because it's pointing to all these Democrats and stuff. Number 23, teen girls whose Chicago father was detained in an immigration case dies from a rare cancer. Okay, he passed away of rare cancer, but what? Just because they're trying to tie in the ice caused his death? No, it was a cancer. That's a bogus statement. I feel condolences to the daughter, the teen daughter, but trying to tie in an ice. Come on. Number 24, Israel moves to designate large part of West Bank as state land, condemning as de facto annexation. I don't think they should be doing that. Israel better be careful. Let's go one more. We'll give a little bit more to CNN. Jeffries goes all in on gerrymandering with House control on the line. I'm not a fan of Jeffries. He's the Speaker of the House. Ludnick's Espin's ties raise concerns on Wall Street, but not in the White House. Everybody wants to tie this to White House. It's becoming apparent there's no White House association. Again, Trump had this guy Epstein arrested in Mar-a-Lago back in 2008 or something like that. He's a dirtbag. Number 27, why skiing will forever be the most glamorous sport. I don't know if it's glamorous. I would love to ski again, but I don't want to take a fall. I'm getting too old for that. Number 28, Trump has clipped away at the longstanding wall between church and state. It's just the beginning. No, he's not chipping away. People want to be religious, and you got the Hollow Pray app. I haven't downloaded that. I don't think I will, but I see the commercials. People want God in their life. They want, and they just they want religion and stuff. He's just a religious man. He's not crossing any lines there. When did we see Biden go to church? Trump isn't a churchgoer, but he does go to the prayer breakfast. I don't think we saw Biden at all at a prayer breakfast when he was in office. Let's see. Number 29, Trump's Fed chair pick argues there's one key reason to lower interest rates, but is it a convincing one? Well, we need to have lower interest rates. It's going to fuel the economy. The economy is on a boom right now. We're a hot country, as the president would say. Number 30, our last one. A man shot by an ICE agent in Minneapolis was charged with assaulting law enforcement. A startling admission ends the case. I wonder if that's referring to the second person there, that he brought a gun to the protest. A man shot by an ICE agent in Minneapolis was charged with assaulting. I think the week before that, it wasn't the girl, but the guy that got shot, I think a week before, he was probably charged. It's a moot point. He's dead. It's a tragedy. He shouldn't have brought a gun. He shouldn't have, he has a right to protest. He shouldn't be bringing a gun to a thing. So there's wrong on both sides as far as that goes. So, all right. So there we have it. Our headlines from Fox News and CNN. They have other things here. What else do they got here? But we're at 2 hours and 22 minutes, so we're going to back out of this. And this is the BBS from the Commodore 64 Ultimate. And we're going to finish up here and exit stage left and get my day started. I got to get some breakfast. I got to do I'm thinking about walking, but I got to put boots on, so I'll probably just do the bicycle. The bicycle's been giving me a good workout. So I did 5 days last. Let's see, did I do 5 days last week? I did. I did do 5 days. So we'll do the exercise bike, and boom, we're at the end. Boom. Okay, hit any key. Okay, and this has been brought to you by, of course, the good old Commodore 64. I shut that off. Okay. Yeah, I turned it off. Okay, let me get that on the OBS. Close that window out, and we'll turn this back to our Rumble channel. Oh, wrong one. Let's try this. Bring it to. We're back up on the Rumble. Yep, there we are. We're back up on the Rumble. Okay, so that was our headlines there. I always like bringing this into the broadcast and stuff. It works. Do you guys like that? I don't know if you're still there, guys. Whoever's still there on the chat. Is it an interesting aspect? Should I keep on doing this or what? Farmer says it's time to wrangle me some pesky chickens. Okay, Farmer, and a couple crazy dogs. Have a great day. You too, Farmer. We're going to go ahead and end it here. And Farmer giving us the American flag. You have a great day, my friend, down there in Virginia. And Double J says, yeah, it covers. Yeah, I think as long as I do both sides, I want to do both sides. So, okay, Double J's, we're going to continue that then. If we, save it for the end, just go over the headlines. I'll just touch base with it. I may get a little wordy on it. I'm not going to give my full 100% opinion, but there's some things there that it's obvious. It's good to get both perspective. It gives an idea what's going on both sides. And Farmer says, yes, keep the old school. Okay, we'll keep that. Okay. I want to just get your feedback and stuff like that because I like incorporating it. It's an old technology that was here before the internet. I got one. Okay, that's a Facebook notification. Okay. Um, he says, yes, keep. What's that?
Wrap it up, Marco.
Yep. Okay. The missus is giving me the high sign that I gotta wrap it up here. So we're gonna go ahead and end it here. And let's see. We're going down the list. I want to say thank you to Tina, our Jersey girl who was here. Thank you very much, Tina, for being here. We had Deplorables from Bradford, Pennsylvania. Thank you, Deplorable. Love the Rumble flags. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that. And as we're going down the list, Double J's was here. He's originally from India, but he's somewhere in an undisclosed location in the southern hemisphere somewhere. So, Double J, I know where you're at, Double J's, but I just like saying that. I like saying that. It makes you sound mysterious as far as that goes. So, thank you, Double J's. As always, appreciate my friend. You have a good one and be safe as far as that goes too. And let's see, going down the list. Would we come in? We had Farmer who just left us here, coming in from Virginia. Thank you, Farmer. He's chasing his pesky chickens and his dogs there, I guess, that let the chickens out last week. So he said, I guess he got all the chickens. He didn't say about any MIA. And then we had Liberty coming in from the Niagara, Buffalo area. Thank you, Liberty. Love the flags as well as Deplorables and Farmers Rumble flags. Greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I think that was about it. We didn't have any big juice in here at all. So he didn't come in. And Double J says, you take care as always. Yes, as always. Catch you in the next one, Double J. Thank you very much again. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. And you have a good one. And I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich, wishing you all well. Thank you very much for the people that were in chat. Thank you for the people that were watching. Thank you for the people that are watching on the replay, as well as the people listening to the audio over there on Spotify for creators on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. I am at Fireman Rich on X. That's my mainstay for these social media feeds. And as far as it goes, at Fireman Rich on the X. And just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where else I'm at. All right, folks, you all have a great one as we're going to go skateboarding out of here. Exit stage left. You have a good one. We're working towards the weekend, start of a new week. You have a great one. We'll see you back here Wednesday. We have the audio podcast tomorrow, so look for it on those platforms that I told you I post on. Primarily X, at Fireman Rich on X. You all have a great one. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, take care, folks. Ciao for now.